Friends, how are you doing today? I miss you like crazy. And I forgot to mention this yesterday, but it was so good to talk to some of your parents and hear how you were doing and talk to the parents I talk to every day. I'm so glad you guys are enjoying these videos. Like I ended yesterday, I told you today we're going to work on addition. Now, remember, addition means that what it is we're going to take two different numbers and we're going to put them together to make a new number, right? So, what is addition? Taking two numbers and putting them together, right? So we are adding or adding them together. Now, remember the two numbers we put together are called addends, okay? And when we put them together to make that new number, the new number is called the sum. So those numbers that we start with before we put them together are called the addends, and we put them together to create the sum. Great job. So I want to start by telling you a quick little story problem. And in that story problem, I am going to give you two addends that I want you to put together to create a new sum. Okay? Now, this first one, I'm going to do it first, and I'm going to kind of think outside of my head. So I'm going to talk to you and tell you what I'm thinking. Now, remember, you are okay to do that while we do these videos, or you can think about it inside your head, or you can write it as you hear it. Okay? So to begin, Ellie has 3 balls. So our first addend is what number? 3. Great job. So I'm going to write a 3. Her mom goes to the store and buys her 5 more balls. So remember, we got to make sure we put in our plus sign. And then our second addend was what number? 5. So remember, she started with 3 balls, and then Miss Leslie, her mom, went and bought her 5 more balls. Okay? Now, to find the sum, I'm going to ask the question, how many balls does she have altogether? What is her sum? So looking at this is the numbers we would have written down, or we would have on our fingers if you're using fingers, or your groups if you're using objects. And if I don't really know how to solve this because I don't have any objects and I just have a pencil and paper, we can use our hands. So first you can show me 3, and then you can show me 5 more. And then you can count all your fingers. So we could say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? Or remember, we can do our circle method when we draw our circles underneath our addends. So underneath the 3, I draw 3 circles. And under the 5, I draw 5 circles. And this way, I can just count my circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So our sum is what number? 8. 3 plus 5 equals 8. Or remember, we can also say 3 and 5 is 8. Great job, friends. If you don't already have a pencil and a piece of paper or objects, or if you're just going to use your fingers, that's fine too. But if you need to go get something to do this with, go ahead and press pause and go grab it for me, okay? Because we're going to do the next part together. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and do a couple more story problems to practice and review on our addition, okay? So I've got my paper and I've got my marker. If you're using your fingers, that's awesome. I'm only going to make a sum up to 10, so you won't need any more than your 2 hands. Or if you have objects, you only need up to 10 objects, kind of like when we use our cubes or we use our circle counters, okay? So here's our story problem. Are you ready? Jackson ate 3 bananas. So what's your first addend? 3. Leslie gave Jackson 2 more bananas. So now we have 3 plus, because remember this means and, we're getting more. So what's the number we're going to put with the 3? 2. Great job. How many bananas will Jackson have eaten in all? So go ahead and use your fingers, use your options or your objects, or you can draw your circles. I'm going to draw my circles. So it looks like this. Once you're done setting up your visual, I want you to go ahead and find your sum. So 3 plus 2 equals. Remember, we're trying to figure out how many bananas Jackson ate. What number did you get? What's your sum? 5. Great job. If you said 5, go ahead, kiss that brain. Great work. And go ahead, finish writing your number sentence. If you're not writing, that's okay. As long as you have 3 and 2 is 5. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great job, my friends. All right, we're going to move on to the next one. All right, let's say, Ryan was playing with 5 blocks. So what was our first add in? How many blocks did Ryan have? 5. Great job. Now remember, now we know we're adding, so we can just write 5 plus right away because we need to have our plus sign, right? To tell that we're adding. So Ryan was playing with 5 blocks. Noelle gave Ryan 4 more blocks. So what's our next add in? How many blocks did Noelle give Ryan? 4. Great job. So go ahead and write your 4. So far it should look like this. Or if you're doing groups, you should have one group of 5 and one group of 4. Now we need to find our sum. What is that sign we put after our second add-in to tell us that we're looking for the sum? Equals sign. Equals means is. Great job. So Ryan had 5 blocks and Noelle gave him 4 more blocks. Go ahead and use your fingers, your objects, or your circle method, and I want you to find the sum. So 5 plus 4 is, or equals, when you know your answer, say it out loud to me. 5 plus 4 equals 9. Great job. If you got that answer correct, go ahead, kiss your brain. You guys are doing fabulous. As you can see right here, I did my circle method again. If I wanted to use my fingers, I would say 5 plus 4, and then I would count all my fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, we're going to do one more together, okay? Because remember, these are just short mini lessons to remind you so you don't forget, okay? Let's say Robinson brought to school 6 pencils. So what's our add-in? 6, because that's how many pencils Robinson brought, right? So write 6, and don't forget your plus sign. You're going to notice that our last ones up here, we're looking at this one right down here. 6 pencils is what he brought. We're going to add some more to it. So Robinson brought 6 pencils to school, and Miss Leslie brought 1 more pencil to school. How many pencils did Miss Leslie and Robinson bring to school? So how many pencils did Miss Leslie bring? 1. So that's our next add-in. And then I wanted to know how many altogether, so I need that equals sign to find our sum. So you should have 6 plus 1 equals. If you're making groups, go ahead and make me one group of 6 and one group of 1. If you've written it down, go ahead and use your fingers and show me 6 fingers and 1 more. Or draw me your circles and draw me 6 circles and 1 more circle. So if you're doing circles, it'll look like that. If you're doing fingers, you're going to say 6 and 1 more. So notice I only put up 1 more finger, even though I already used 2 hands for this. Okay? What's your answer? Say it out loud to me. Remember, read the whole sentence. Don't just tell me the sum. 6 plus 1 equals 7. Great job. If you got that correct, kiss your brain. If not, go ahead and take a minute to fix it. So as you can see with my circles, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's where we got the sum. All right, I'm going to give you a challenge question. Are you ready? See if Miss Leslie can trick you, okay? Now, I'm not going to do this one with you. I will still ask your questions, but I'm not going to show you. I want you to think about this one on your own, okay? And then we'll do it together at the end, and I'll show you the answer. So, here we go. Valerie has 1 cupcake. So what's that first add-in? Go ahead, write it down, make your group, or show it on your fingers. Zatreo has 7 more cupcakes. So Valerie has 1. Zatreo has how many? What's that second add-in? 7. Great job. Make sure you put that plus sign after the 1, though, because we don't want it to say 1, 7 equals, because that doesn't make sense. That would say 17 equals, and we don't want to do that. We want 1 plus 7 equals. So how many cupcakes do Zatreo and Valerie have in all? Go ahead, find your sum. Once you got it, touch your nose. All right, let's do it together before we tell the answer. So what was our first addend? Go ahead and tell me that first addend. 1. Great job. 1. And then after the 1, we want that plus sign. So far, we should have this, right? Okay. Now, Valerie had 1, and Zatreo had how many more? 7. Great job. And we're finding the sum after that, so we need the equal. So far, if you have a number sentence, it'll look like this. Now, what you did was you either used your circle method, your fingers, or your objects. What did you get for 1 plus 7 equals? You got 8. Kiss your brain. I'm going to go back now, and I'm going to draw my circle method for my friends who need to see that visual, and that's okay if you do. That way you can check your circles or your objects. So do you need to look just like this for your 7? No, it doesn't have to be in groups like that, but as long as you have 7 circles, you're okay. I just did that okay did it that way so that I don't take up too much room. So let's count together to make sure we can check our work, and we have 8. So 1 plus 7 equals 8. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You got that right. Kiss your brain. Great job today, friends. I am so glad you came to do this video with me. I can't wait to see you soon. Have a great rest of your day. Go play outside.